Hi everyone, long time no see. What have I been up to? As if you cared. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Who knows? What a way to start a video, right? Still been shooting. I got involved in doing IDPA matches. There's a local range that does IDPA, and I've gotten involved in doing that. Sorry, had to double check if you could hear the air conditioner. Just kicked on, didn't know if that was creating any background noise. I mean, maybe it's extremely subtle, but not a big deal. So like I said, I've been getting into doing IDPA. Level 1 matches, not a big deal, but it's been very useful. It's been fun. The people have been great. The only thing I don't like about those events is getting up extra early on a Saturday morning. I know there's not much they can really do about that. But because I get up early for work, so Saturdays are usually my day to catch up on sleep. So I don't always the idea of waking up on a Saturday for a once a month match doesn't always sit well with me. That, and we're in the middle of summer, so I don't want to be out in the heat for 5 hours just completely outside. So I've done a couple matches, but I haven't been doing them. I didn't do June, I didn't do July. I may or may not do August's event. Who knows? But with that, I've been using my HK P30L. The one that's chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson, which I've gotten really used to shooting. I actually really like that gun, and I've actually liked the caliber a lot. Took a while to get used to, but I am appreciating it, and especially yesterday when I went to the range. I was switching between different platforms, and when I came to the P30L and I started shooting it, I was just like, yeah, this feels good. I like this. I like this a lot. So, which is good because that's also my carry gun. So, yeah. So I've been doing that. I played with the idea of becoming a certified instructor. Because I like I like bringing people to the range, introducing them to shooting, and just to getting involved in doing that. Because so many people, especially liberal, gun owner, a lot of people, on my side of the fence, let's put it that way, don't know how to get involved in it and find it a little intimidating because they don't know what kind of environment they're going to walk into, and that's completely understandable. So I like being a person who can bring them into that and give them some experience and just give them a good time and a good experience with shooting at an indoor range. So I was going to pursue the certification with the NRA, which or the Liberal Gun Club. So two different types of certifications, rather two different organizations. I started getting into the NRA process. I took their basic instructor training course, and I learned a lot about being an instructor with the NRA and all that. Kind of learned it's not my jam. Not really interested in it. I don't like. I mean, I understand my gripe. I understand why it is what it is, which is if you become an instructor with them, you're obligated to maintain that certification. You have to teach at least once a year. I think it's at least one person. You have to teach at least one person a year to maintain your certification. And through that, there's also just money issues, and you have to provide them with the books of the NRA, and they have to show that you are in fact buying books from the NRA and giving them to these people. And it's kind of a big money grab for the NRA. It's kind of like, I likened it to, it's a pyramid scheme where only one person's at the top. And there's just a really wide base, basically. But being obligated to teach at least once a year, that and you have to teach their courses, and their courses are very, very long. So like I think the basic pistol class is 6 hours. A basic pistol class does not need to be 6 hours. It really doesn't. That's absurd. You are obligated to teach that class though at that time length. It's all a part of it, and I am not sitting through that class, and I'm not making someone else sit through that class. So between having to maintain my certification, like being pressured into teaching and forcing me in a sense to, for that aspect of my life, being an instructor, being a part-time job, which I wasn't anticipating either. And then the 6-hour class, for example, it's just, you know what? I don't have time for that shit. Who does? Some people do, apparently. I don't. So I got out of it. I stopped doing it. The Liberal Gun Club, I think they're still trying to get their shit together on that. Got a lot of mixed reviews, trying to find out what the requirements are, and I was like, you know what, no, I don't need you people in order for me to bring someone to the range and just to show them a good time and to teach them as best as I can. You know, I've taken a lot of classes. I think the only thing I don't have under my belt right now is a Stop the Bleed course. I've been meaning to get into that because that is very important. So that's one thing I need to do. But anyway, so, you know, IDPA, pursuing getting a certified instructor. The other thing I've been able to do finally is to finally get my hands on two guns that I really wanted for a while, and that being an HK VP9 and a Colt King Cobra chambered in .22 LR. So I like them very much. I'm very happy with them. I got the LR, or the King Cobra, to help me with shooting, but also I don't have a revolver, so that's a revolver now that I have. So I can teach someone how to shoot a revolver and to work with a revolver. And the .22 LR is just great for shooting practice. You know, low recoil. There's like no recoil, pretty much. It's an all metal, metal gun. It's heavy. There's no recoil with that round. So it's a great breakthrough tool to help deal with recoil anticipation. So between like the 40 Smith & Wesson, which is an extreme round compared to 9, not to say there's rounds that are not higher than that, but it has more kick than a 9. So between shooting a 40 Smith & Wesson and then shooting the .22, it really helps to put a lot of things in perspective with my own shooting. So I'm really happy to have those. They're a good time. They're fun. I have them right here. Wasn't sure if I was going to actually just show you them, but not loaded, obviously. But here's the Colt King Cobra. This is the 6-inch barrel. So you can see it right here. King Cobra right on the side there, the barrel. It's a fun gun. It's fun. It's nice to shoot. And the other one being the VP9. Empty. Safe direction. So this is the A1 VP9. I put the bigger back straps on the big side and back strap on it. It feels really nice. Like, look at that profile. It's a really nice shooting gun. I really like it a lot. I added it to my carry permit for Jersey. And I'm pretty content right now with what I have as far as guns go. So other than that, I've just been taking classes. Still doing advanced handgun classes and going to the range somewhat regularly. So, the direction I head in to go to the range is in line with shore traffic, so it's a little bit more of a haul, and a little more frustrating to get there because of the shore traffic, but I've been going. Went yesterday. I haven't been doing much, just same old. It's kind of why I haven't really done any videos, because it's, the same shit over and over again. So I don't want to do that, to show you more dry firing videos or anything like that. So you know, unless there's something you want to hear about from me, you know, I probably won't be making many videos for this channel unless I think that there's something to share. You know, I'm not just gonna make videos for the sake of making videos. And there's plenty of review videos and people who do reviews. It's just, I don't want to be another one of those people. So I'm pretty much just gonna make videos when I think that they're warranted. You know, so that's kind of where I've been at. Just, you know, being a homeowner, going to the range when I can, just enjoying life. So, es como es. Scandal. I spoke in Spanish. Peace. Or peace.